live.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to D&D. We got the usual cast here tonight. Sans Doc. Doc is unfortunately not here with us, but we do have a replacement. In fact, we'll start with you. Why don't you introduce yourself, Sim? Introduce yourself.
Of course, I'm Sim, and I play Nagel Brave Eye Vathala. He's a Goliath barbarian. Comes from the north, left his clan. You know, all that good stuff. He got the nickname Brave Eye for a really silly reason, and he wants to change it, so he's trying to make a name for himself, so he replaced his honorific name with something better. But yeah, he's not too smart. Really strong, though.
Great. Real quick, if someone wants to do a recap, unless Ghost, you want to do it again, or Mitch, you want to take the reins on this one? I know Dude wasn't here, so we might need to catch up.
Yeah, Ghost always does good ones.
This one will try. It has been some time, but what this one remembers is that we returned from the woods, having not done anything but earn the ire of a bird crocodile transforming lady by eating her food and hitting her in the face. We returned to the town. Orlane, this one thinks, yes, and heard the ringing of a bell. We went to where the bell was ringing, and we see that the bossy one, the captain of the guard, as others tell me, was attempting to hang people with rope. The green one was not happy with this, neither was the woman who was in charge of the village. The green one started to say things to the bossy one, and then the swords were drawn and we fought. This one tackled the bossy one off of the platform and then fell asleep for some reason. Something hard hit Kothar in his head, and this one does not remember the fight, but when this one woke up, there were these men in robes talking about something called God. Kothar was intrigued. The fight stopped. This one went with the God people. And this one does not know what the elf one saw. So, elf one.
It did go a lot like that. Some differences, though. Reginald was there with the full authority of the mayor, and regardless of any attempt at convincing these illegal actions to subside, no chance. It came to blows, and like the Scaled One said, it did not go well for us. Our cleric spent the majority of the time on the ground, and soon our brawler fell as well. And I managed to take custody of those two who were to be hanged. And we await a messenger from the Baron at my inn room.
On a side note, Leo, during this whole brawl in the town center, was provoked by a young human by the name Ethan Stonebrook, and there was a bit of a scuffle between them. Obviously, Leo, being the greater fighter, wound up on top, while a drunkard cheered him on. And that's where we left off last time. Kothar, you also wound up joining and following them, while the others took the prisoners, accompanied by both Liam and Kurt, to the Golden Grain Inn. So we will start at the Golden Grain Inn with the majority of the group.
Yes.
Which is very much different from the Sleeping Dragon Inn.
Of course.
Sorry, Debbie.
This looks much different.
So
One might say completely different.
You arrive. It's a little bit after, let's say around 3 o'clock, after that little announcement that Ben and Captain of the Guard made.
Quite the merry band we have. Well, this way. Is this a door or a window?
That would be the main entrance.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that is. Yeah, that's right.
My character has a habit of going through windows.
So Mitchell approaches the door. It's a very lively atmosphere. You can hear people are talking. I guess the group follows too, in line. Ronark has been oddly quiet during the journey here.
Ronak,
Sprinting.
you look beat to hell. I advise you take a rest.
Oh, you may have a point, Reginald. That battle did not go well for me. I may need to spend the night at this lovely inn. As you enter the tavern, many faces become apparent to you. By the door, there are two individuals having a nice conversation, and an older human talking with a halfling. They both have smiles on their face. It's a nice little conversation they're having. By the tap, there's a man, middle-aged. He seems to be quite dirty, but not like filthy. More like this man is definitely a hard worker you can get from first impressions. And along the room, there are some other general-looking civilians just enjoying their afternoon, possibly after the event, the occurrence that happened at the town center.
Mm-hmm. Barkeep. We will need your largest room.
Largest room, okay. Yes, I got the prices for you if you want to take a look. He points at the menu above him. This is now available. People notice as the large group enters, accompanied by a guard and a cleric, and it's now packing the room.
What are they called? Boardrooms? Like a board house would have?
You want a large
Do you have
room,
any
yes?
common rooms?
A common room. Okay. We have common rooms. It's not very expensive either, so I can definitely get that for you. He looks at the rest of your group. Everyone seems to be very large. It is maybe a little cramped, but I assure you it is a quality room, yes.
Barkeep, I'm going to need you to get me 3 pints of dark beer and 2 suppers. Thank you.
Okay, door one, you give me the money and you get your drink. That's how does this work, okay?
Okay. Let's see, that is 4. So 7 silver. All right. Hands over the money.
He looks it over. He says, nice. Just one moment, please. I need to run out back and get the drinks. We're not expecting so many people at one time. Just one moment, my friend.
I forgot to ask if any of you wanted anything.
No worries. I hope I got the term right. I don't usually stay at things like this.
One second, I just want to get you some sheets to look at.
I was trying to remember his name. Kurt, that's it, Kurt.
Yes?
Oh, that was out of character.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I thought you were talking to him.
No, I was just trying to remember his name.
Yep, the guard's name is Kurt. He was there at your first visit to the constable's quarters, where you found Leo, the Greek man.
He is somehow 2 hit die less than the normal guard.
After a little bit, the man returns carrying a bunch of drinks and accompanied with him. You just so happen to run to him outside. It's a larger individual carrying 2 barrels over both shoulders, slung over.
Where am I putting these?
My friend has put it behind the counter. I appreciate the help. You know, you're a strong man yourself.
It's all right. I love doing these things. Because I'm strong.
Leo, looks like this one might even match your strength.
I recognize this one. Good fighter. Strong fighter. Fights quite well. Earned my respect on the battlefield. Talking to this fella, yeah? Who's this guy?
Just some sheets.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to make that available earlier.
All these pages keep flying up.
This is the people in the room that you see.
I swear,
Well-
if you lot all fought on the same battlefield.
Well, true fighters might find their way to one another here and there, if not to test each other's the strength of others.
As he sets the barrel down and starts walking back, he glances over and sees a shaggy-looking fellow over there. Oh, I know you. And he'll walk on over, not being bashful at all, straight to the point. What you drinking?
The dark beer.
At
Only-
which point he pours you your drinks. Lays them out in front of you, ready for the taking.
Is that all you're drinking?
I'm only getting started.
Oh,
Allow me to introduce the company. This fella here is Reginald. This
Greetings.
fella here is Ronak. That's all I see.
an elf and an orc. Don't imagine you being too strong, elf.
You'd be surprised.
I've not seen this one fight.
Well, until that point, you're just a scrawny elf.
Well, he carries a band of misfit leaders with him. I suppose they may take the hits while he plans the strategy. Perhaps. I'm not 100% on that.
You would notice that the 2 that are behind the guard seem to be in shackles. These 2,
Oh,
behind the
Which
2
two?
behind Kurt are in custody.
this guy. Okay. That guy and that guy.
Yep.
Either way, he still has this fella.
Yeah.
And Kurt. Ah, Kurt. My good friend sit next to me.
I would, but I have to take watch and ownership of these 2.
Indeed, we are on official duties. Which reminds me. Mr. Rhapsody.
Hello there. I'm guessing you're assuming you know him from before.
Yeah, he probably doesn't remember me.
How can I help you?
About how large are these rooms? You have quite a few.
Let me think. You're talking how many you can fit per room, yes?
Indeed.
Common ones usually fit maybe 2. They're 2 beds, a chest, some window, nice view. I say nice view. You can get the larger room, which possibly if you move some furniture around, you can fit 5, maybe 5 people. And of course, we have another more of a like a luxury suite. Yes, as did you say, luxury. Very big, very grand. Nothing but the best here.
We'll take that one.
Ah,
The cost can be forwarded to the city. Like I said, official business.
I do not know if I can accept that. I prefer to deal in actual coinage, yes?
Very well.
While you're talking, Ronar goes over to you, Reginald.
Wave some voodoo.
Sir Reginald, I
Hmm.
do not feel so well. I will take a rest. Barkeep, I will have one room private. I'm trusting you, Reginald.
Of course.
Ronar hands over his gold, his copper. He says,
I will see you tomorrow.
and he saunters off. Reginald hands over the gold for a nice luxury suite. The barkeep turns around, hands you a key.
The extra 2 is for some. And he looks over at the muscle man. Some additional security.
Well, what are you implying here? What's
Original thinks that the big guy is hired help. Like some hired muscle.
The barkeep takes the gold. Is like, I appreciate tips. Thank you very much. And he puts it in a little drawer.
No. Additional security.
This is a very secure establishment. I can assure you of that.
I'm talking about the bouncer.
The bouncer. I do not know what you are talking about, my friend.
The big fella here, Nigel.
Oh, I am sorry. He is just a guest, such as yourselves.
I'm a guest without beer.
Oh, of course. One moment. Yeah, pours you one from the tap. Puts his hand out.
Bring me 9 more.
The additional gold I paid you are to cover his expenses.
Okay, yes, I can. I see now what you mean. The extra security. Yeah, he gives you a wink. He doesn't really know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He
Nagel.
lines them up. He lines up a nice row of drinks in front of you.
15 feet of drinks. We all saw it.
Just a warm-up.
Nagel, would you be so inclined to assist us this evening? We find ourselves in need of some extra security.
Extra security?
Indeed.
Well, what are you so afraid of?
Overwhelming numbers. Drow. I'm okay with spiders.
I don't think...
But no, I need some help.
Oh. I suppose there's some gold in it because I have an expensive habit of my ale.
Of course you'll take. Come on. You can't turn down a good fight, same as.
No, I never could. It better be a good one if it comes. I'm gonna have to charge more if I have to sit here and do nothing.
Oh, the fight
Tell
will
you a
come.
story about the things I've seen. An elf turn animals right in my hand. Wrapped her on the nose, I did. She forest. The entire forest. It was old.
Oh, sounds like the stuff of dreams.
Legends.
Well, come, let's drink our ales. Let's see if we can drink more of them tonight, huh?
Right,
Leo
lot.
raises
To
his.
your room.
What happened?
No, Richie's just telling the group to get to their room, not you guys.
Oh, okay.
These four.
Gotcha. Leo raises his pint, smacks it together against Nagel's. Bottoms up.
I've had better.
Yeah. Wasn't my favorite either. It's pretty woolly.
So the two of you spend your time drinking a nice little competition between you two?
I only had
Reginald,
3.
Oh, but you're going to, right? You're spending the night drinking? Is that the plan?
I'm getting old and weary. Maybe a few more rounds.
Well, I got 9 sitting in front of me.
And, Reginald, you said you were talking to them?
Well, I forwarded us a bunch of room. I assume he gave me the key or something.
Yeah, you paid for it, you got your key.
Right this way.
So you leave the others upstairs, you leave the other two to their drinking. Right now I'll cut back to Kothar. He's currently
Initiate Kothar.
Kothar of the Hill People. Oh, that's Lothar.
Kothar, you have been guided to the gates of the Temple of Merikka. Accompanied with you has been Priestess Merikka, who's been saying nothing but the things that honestly hit you close to home, to heart, preaching, and you're buying it, you're loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm walking with him, and so the god you talk about, the
Whoops.
uh,
Whoops.
you said that there is much order in your god, yes, with the planting and the harvesting.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing but order. We rely on Merikka to guide us in our day-to-day tasks, and Merikka has never failed.
This one likes day-to-day tasks.
Some of the other people who are accompanying you split off and go attend to their own things. Honestly, I could give you a nice tour of our temple. We can show you everything, if you would be interested.
What is a tour? This one does not understand.
I can show you around.
Oh, yes.
Right, so she leads you to the gates. The three of you approach. And then I'll reveal stuff, you know? As she opens the door, the 4-5 columns become apparent. I can't talk and reveal at the same time. One moment, please.
That's fine.
Oh no, because my control is push to talk, so.
That sucks.
Nope, yep, I know that feeling.
Yes, the main grounds of the temple become apparent and visible. As I said before, there are 5 pillars that are built into the center that seem to be holding it up, all an oak tree. You see vines and whatnot growing around it. It seems to be the base of the entire building.
That's these things.
Yes. There's a statue of Merikka centered at the other end of the room. You can hear a hymn as you enter. For some reason.
What is that noise?
It is the sounds of Merikka, those followers who have fallen and believed. They provide us with hope in the afterlife and that we will persevere and grow.
And Kothar would sort of close his eyes and listen to it for a little bit, and the noises, they please this one.
Oh, I see now that you are going to be most welcome here. Um, the elf that was accompanying you saunters off on his own. He pulls out a key, opens the door, and goes behind.
And I would look at this, these oak things. Is it real wood, or is it
Yeah,
like...
it's a tree. Actual trees are built.
Kothar would rub his hand across it and smell take in the deep smells of the forest, probably, that are within with the wood, what you would expect.
Yep, it sense of peace comes with you. The hymns and the nature built into this building, this establishment, it puts you at ease. It's a very familiar smell. Other priestess walk about and doing certain tasks.
And Kothar's just sort of in awe and looking at the statue as well.
Ah, yes. That is Merikka, the one and only. She goes on and tells you more about what she briefly covered on your trip here.
Mm-hmm. So,
what's up?
Oh, so this one wonders when the hooded one, referring to her obviously, talks to this god. Is the god that? And points at the statue.
Oh, heavens no. That is simply a channel in which to better visualize while we pray. That is not Merikka. She sort of laughs it off. If you would like, I can show you towards our prayer chamber if you would like to begin your journey.
Yes. Is that where this Merikka is?
She sighs. She says, no. Merikka is all around. Always watching, ever vigilant.
Kothar scratches his head. But this one cannot see Merikka.
Just because you cannot see does not mean it's not there, right? You cannot see the air in front of you, and she waves her hand in front of your face, but you breathe it.
This one understands. This one hopes to one day meet this god, however.
She does a little bow, a little curtsy, it seems to be the calling card of followers of Merikka. And she calls over to one of the other priestesses. It's oh, Ilya! And then Ilya walks over. Yes, ma'am. They have a little conversation. Would you be so kind as to show our guest here to the chambers? And Ilya agrees. She says, if you would be so kind to follow me, sir. She looks at you.
Yes, this one will follow. And then I'd point to the hoods and the regalia that they wear. Does this one get to wear that?
You're asking Marisha or Ilya?
Yeah, or either.
Yeah. In due time, my child. And she places a palm on your shoulder. It's supposed to be comforting, but she sort of reels back as she realizes that your scales are kind of scaly.
Yeah. And I would kind of look confused with him. Yes. And then go with this other female.
Yep, Ilya leads you into this room and she shows you around. There's a sorry, I moved your token. There's a dining table, there's food laid out, some candles lit. She brings you back here. She sort of keeps a couple paces ahead of you. She's not very comfortable with you. She says, she motions towards each, what's it called? Each, like, room. There seems to be an individual in there laying on the ground. Not laying, knees on the ground, head bowed, chanting to themselves. You can see others in their worship as they practice their worship, you know? Like,
And look around and what do these ones do? Pointing at the ones kneeling.
Right, well, they are currently showing their devotion to our Lord and Savior Merikka. They, this is a daily occurrence. I would ask that you do not disturb them as they pray.
Yes.
If you would also like to join them, you can step in here. I can show you how it's done.
Yes, this one is curious.
Alright, so you can step into the room, and then she spends her time showing you the motions and the prayers and the hymns and whatnot.
And I would genuinely try to pray and reach out and see if what all this fuss is about, if is something to be heard by doing this.
Sure, give me a religion.
If I roll high on this would be fucking amazing, but we'll see what happens. That's an average, but whatever.
For a first time, you sort of pick up what she's putting down, you know? You were very excited going into this, so you watch attentively as she goes through emotions and explains certain things. This goes on for quite some time. This will be considered your long rest as we cut back to the other group.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the rest of your evening, pretty much your midday and evening, is spent in prayer and learning of Merikka.
Stoked.
I'm sorry, you went upstairs. So the two of them are down there drinking, and on the second floor. Yeah, you walk up some stairs, there's a door in front of you. Your key belongs to the luxury suite, not the luxury suite, the grand, what was it that you ordered, the big one?
The biggest one, the deluxe.
Yeah, the deluxe suite. It's very apparent which one that would be.
This one?
That is the one. You
Unlock
pull out
the
the
door.
key, you unlock the door. It seems to be it's a pretty large room.
Well, pile on in.
Alright, so Kurt leads the prisoners into the room with you. Oof, that made this map too big. Liam walks and approaches you at this point. Sir Reginald, sir, if I may have a word with you.
Yes, Liam. What is it?
I'm terribly sorry about earlier. I just didn't know what was the right thing to do. I didn't mean to offend. I didn't mean to go against you, sir.
You made the choice you thought was right. It was a very difficult situation.
I know, sir, but I hope you can forgive me and know that I am on your side, truly. I just want what's right for Orlane.
Excellent. I do forgive you.
A sigh of relief escapes him.
Yeah, puts an affirmative hand on his shoulder or something.
Liam smiles. Thank you, sir. I am truly grateful.
Of
So
course.
now
Liam.
then, what about these two? He motions over to the prisoners at Kurt is currently watching over
Well-
like a hawk.
Like a hawk that fell out of the nest. Well, I do believe there is a method that hasn't been tried yet.
Sir?
No, I'm not going to torture these gentlemen. But I will need access to their minds.
Whoa.
He stands over this dude.
He looks at
This
you.
is the one that was, he's the one that originally attacked Reggie, right?
Yeah, the Fat Donovan.
Donovan.
He looks at you. He doesn't say anything. He's all bruised and whatnot from his last encounter. He takes a spit. A little bit
Really?
of blood comes out when he spits.
Well, I assume you won't be willing, but I'll ask for your cooperation nonetheless. I wish to get to the bottom of whatever is happening. Will you comply?
He sort of shakes his head in disapproval. He doesn't even want to talk to you.
You won't even have to talk. All you need to do is do nothing. It's as easy as that. I won't work you over or anything like those guards did. I'm not a barbarian. He's gonna try and persuade him to willingly fail the saving throw.
Okay, yeah, give me the roll.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
An 8. Nope.
Yeah, with that, he already greatly dislikes you. You are unable to persuade him to cooperate in this manner. But while you're having this nice little conversation with him, Derek on your hand chips up.
I'm innocent. You know this. Well, maybe you don't know this. Where's the half-orc? He knows this.
The half-orc is injured. Would you be willing to submit to a check?
Depends. What do you have planned?
It will not harm you in any way. I simply wish to read your thoughts and look back at the time.
How deep we be going here? I've got things I'd rather not come to the light of day. Not related to this incident, of course.
I can't promise anything. But I will try my best to keep to related incidents.
And you're saying if I let you do this, you can prove my innocence?
If you are.
I am.
He asserts.
Then there's no reason not to submit.
Very well, but dig no deeper than you must.
Kurt sort of steps outside a room, keeping guard as a guard does.
Excellent. Leo, make sure our other guest does not leave. Have a seat. And he's asking Derek to have a seat in the chair.
Derek takes a seat. I mean, he sort of, after awkwardly shuffling, he's able to pull it out and sit down. Everyone's
Alright.
still bound, the two of them.
Reggie sits across from him, and he will cast his spell. That's a wall of text.
Yeah, you want to give me the quick notes?
Yeah. Takes an action, creature I can see. I don't need a save for surface thoughts, but I want to probe deeper.
Blade directed at the target feature naturally shape the course of time. Can use a spell to detect presence of thinking creatures. So you're trying to get... Okay, I got you.
Does that work for this situation?
It's emotional state. Something looms large in its mind. Like worries of lovers and hate. What particular information are you digging for? I'm gonna say, as you cast a spell, your mind sort of wanders into his. Thoughts assault you, various things from the mundane, such as, wow, sure I'm hungry, to other things. Children laughing, a woman crying, all these images are apparent in your mind as you sift through his head looking for your answers.
I remember on the gallows he was saying that he wasn't here for that, he was here to find a child. That little tidbit there proves that, yes?
That he was looking for a child?
Yeah.
Well, he still has to make his roll. I'm gonna give him disadvantage on this, since you want him to
So
fail.
he's not submitting?
Wait, if submit gets a full pass, or?
Yeah, he can willingly fail a save.
Okay.
If my character is suicidal, he can willingly submit to a death spell.
Yeah, sure. So I'm guessing you're probing him while you're saying this, because it says asking questions like, yeah. You ask him of a child that he spoke of, and now a picture of a young lad with a marking on his face that, the image that pops in your mind from his does not appear to be of an actual child, more of a picture of one. And, you get glimpses of a conversation between a woman and Derek. And the woman says to him, "Please, I beg of you, you must find my son." And Derek responds that, well, if you got the money, I'll find your child. Don't worry about it. He doesn't seem to have anything else in that regard. Other images and thoughts come into your mind, him around Orlane and walking and approaching the gates and inquiring about the child.
In the last 2 days he's looking at now.
In the last 2 days, images of conversations at the other inn, where the Slumbering Serpent Inn, with various people. He does a bunch of gambling. There's a competition he has with a nice little halfling that he loses and winds up getting a cut in his hand. You see briefly a conversation between Ronark and him. There doesn't appear to be anything. If you're like probing for like, all right, yeah, just give me more info.
Now he's looking at the time where the time Reggie and the crew were down in the basement and he was upstairs.
You try to pinpoint the. Just give me a general roll. See how good this is. Like a D20.
Like an int save.
Yeah. I don't know. What's your int modifier? Just give me a. We're seeing the specifics you can get with this, right?
Nah.
You're unable to match the times, but you do recall that this man just appears to have been minding his own business. He didn't seem to be up to anything, really. Just in his room, tending to his wares.
And the guards just arrested him and blamed it on him?
As you push further, as you were downstairs, right? This is more of an emotional charge feeling he has. A knock, a loud thumping on his door. Derek goes to answer it, and there seems to be a bunch of civilians in cloaks and the guards, and they point at him and they accuse him, and there's a scuffle. These are all
who are these
thoughts and
civilians
images
in cloaks, Derek?
And then you snap to. You're back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Copyright.
So you're no longer digging through his head. His response to you says, "You're talking about when I was. I don't know. I've never seen them before. I'm assuming they're just townsfolk."
Nothing stood out. Nothing was odd about them.
One of them, he recalls, seemed to have been bleeding from his face. I guess he suffered a wound. It wasn't me. If that's what you're asking.
Did Reggie recognize any of these guys from the people that are downstairs? Because we didn't kill them all.
You entered a little bit later. You don't particularly recognize them. So no.
Okay.
Alright, but real
Thank
quick,
you for cooperation, Derek.
you've gathered some information. Let's go back to the other group who's been finishing up their drinks, I assume.
Yeah, I think so.
How long has passed?
You know, I could probably use more ale.
Yeah. We're also in the, well, maybe you are in the employ I just joined up, but that I'm attempting to gel with, so I would like to remain on their good side. I think it could be quite lucrative in the long term.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess we can stop then. After all, you only had 3.
Yeah, but I had 2 suppers as well. It was worth it. Now, barkeep, did he say my room was taken care of?
You talking about the skinny tall one, yes?
Yeah.
He's ordered one room, but looking at the people that went in there, I would not recommend. It would be too cramped.
Bollock. Okay. I guess I'll take a normal-sized room. I don't need a whole bunch. Need much room, really.
Yes, you give me the money and I'll get you the key. Turns around and grabs the key off. Will you two be sharing or?
Don't be ridiculous.
Of course we are.
I'll take me another ale to go.
Yeah, pours
All
you
right.
an ale. He hands you the key after you give him the gold or the amount of money that's required.
Again, I didn't get starting gold or anything.
Yeah, you did. We'll work that
Oh,
out later. You should
all right.
have enough to afford this room.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't mark any of it down. Yeah, I'm assuming that I would have an okay amount just to throw a few silver or copper around. How much? I don't remember what the room was.
There's a handout with all the prices.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
The golden menu for the Golden Grain Inn.
I'm just getting the comfortable ones. 8 silver. Okay, hands over the 8 silver.
Cool. You hand him, he hands you a key, and you're all ready to go on that end. The transaction has occurred. Leo begins to stomp his way through the inn, heading up the stairs.
Yeah, the Nagel will follow.
Yep, the two of you make your way upstairs.
Get off me, bro.
Small space.
So is that, or just one of these normal rooms over here?
You take one of the normal rooms.
This is the normal room over here?
Yeah, with 2 beds and a chest.
Sweet.
As you walk upstairs, you see Kurt posted outside at a
Oh, friend.
How's it going?
I've got better things to worry about. And he quickly passes by.
Oh boy.
Guard, huh?
Yep, that's me.
That's an heartache for bed profession.
He's fundamental.
Doesn't look like he's seen many battles.
Yep, so you two calling it a night as you trash talk Kurt and the interrogations going on in the other room and all this.
Cut back to Kurt in the fetal position being trampled by people. Somehow doesn't have his armor on.
Yeah, so you guys want to call it a night, yeah?
Yeah,
I still got one more spell slot.
Oh,
I'm
Probe away.
I'm looking intently. I'm looking intently at that shady character.
At what?
The not Derek guy.
Donovan?
Thank you, Donovan.
McNabb.
Well, Donovan, shall we begin?
He looks at you again.
just cast the
with anger
spell.
on his face. You're casting it? Okay, he's gonna roll for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Where's your sheet?
He gets a wisdom saving throw.
First, I want to make sure this comes up. What was your, what's the DC on that?
13.
Oof. Nah. You attempt to see into his mind. You get the general stuff, like the basics, right? You see some flowers, and all of a sudden, for some reason, everything goes black and you're shut out. You snap out of your trance of your spell, and you're unable to detect anything from the man.
Very well. Try again tomorrow.
Piece of poop.
He projects it through the door into Kurt and sees what Kurt's thinking. Not invasively, just surface thoughts.
The surface thoughts of Kurt's like, oh, I don't get paid enough for this. I should practice more. Why did I get picked for this? Oh my god, I'm gonna die all night.
Yes! He ends the spell.
Alright, cool. Well, that's a long rest on everyone's account. We'll go back to Ghost, because I feel like I'm leaving him alone.
It's over here learning about God, man.
Right, like I said, you've spent many hours with the priestess, and she's teaching you all she can. I guess you want to call that a night for you too. Like after that, you.
I'd probably try to get him to give me the regalia that they're wearing, but yeah, nothing else really comes to mind for that. Probably just trying to pray and make this connection with this God that they're talking about, and then eventually sleep wherever they put up their followers if they let me.
Right. She after many hours of prayer, and she guides you through it. She allows you to follow her to another room where you can stay the night, and she doesn't hand you a robe or anything, but she says, feel free to spend your time here. A fellow follower of Merikka is always welcome.
Yes,
Some
this
room,
one
there's some
looks forward
mats.
to it. And I would find an open mat here and sort of do the spin around in circles a few times and smooth everything out, and then just roll over and just sprawl out.
Yep. You call it a night. Unless there's anything anyone wants to get up to during the evening. Anyone? Take that as a no.
Nope.
Okay. Day breaks. Kothar, you awaken. There's no one in the room with you, but on the doorknob to this door, there appears to be a black robe.
And then go and observe it and look at it. Because I don't think Kothar's ever really put on clothes, so he's probably trying to figure out how it, other than his loincloth, he's not really worn clothes, so he's trying to figure out how this goes.
Yeah. I wonder if I should do a roll for that. I don't know. You
Go
fiddle
for it.
around
Yeah,
with the
let's do it.
clothing.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
give me a
Intelligence?
yeah. Some
Sure.
putting on skill.
Oh god.
It's pretty easy. Or not. Okay. You've seen other humans and beings wear clothing before, so you're able to get it over your head, but you're struggling finding a way to get your arms comfortably in there, so you wind up ripping a hole through it, so your arms stick out. It's
Ripped off
after
the
fact
arms.
that you notice, yeah. So you have it on, right? You're able to have it. The first time you put it on, the hood is draped over your face, and maybe that confuses you.
Yeah, so I you know, sort of rip the arm slots off so I can get my arms through it, and then just throw it over, and the hood goes over my snout. It's like, whip it back, and if there's like a mirror around, look at it.
There's no mirror. in
No,
this
and just look at my robe. And is this like a full-length robe thing they've got going on?
Yeah, it's
And then
it's from head to toe. It covers you. It's like a onesie.
And I tore the sleeves off. All right,
Yeah.
perfect. So I'll walk out of the room and look around, and Kothar's a bit hungry.
As you walk out, easily enough, you can smell food has been set over that in that general area. In fact, there's a couple people eating at the moment.
And he'll briskly walk over and find an open seat with some food, or grab, you know, whatever meat's there, and just sort of dig into it. No silverware or anything. Just find an open seat. And
There's fruit and grains. Everything seems to be homegrown.
and look around and look for meat.
A couple people shift away from you as you do this.
Hooded one, where is the meat?
The woman who you're speaking with looks at you. She's got like a scowl on her face as she sees your clothing. She doesn't respond to you, but she gets up from her chair and very aggressively it goes in as she storms off.
And look at the other guy. Did this one say something wrong?
You take our religion and you rake it through the mud. Have you no respect for our Lord?
This one does not understand.
Look at you. He motions towards your clothing. He seems to be taking personal offense.
This one does not often put on clothes.
He doesn't know how to take that.
This one's arms would not fit through the things, so this one had to tear the arms things off to put his arms on through.
Well, we don't have any more. You will just have to make do with that. You watch yourself, lizard. He grabs an apple and starts eating it. Taking angry big chunks out of it.
This one finds it hard to watch himself. And he goes to start grabbing a bunch of food. This one watches others. The eyes are better that way. He starts shifting around for grabbing a bunch of food, pretty much. He's ravenously hungry.
Shove various fruit and whatnot into your mouth.
No silverware or anything, just all hands.
Yeah, it's
Slicing up apples with my claws.
a great display, you know, really charming, really endearing.
Get an apple caught in the throat, and then maybe take like a whole. You know how the grapes are set up where they're on the whole vines of them, like the Roman emperor style grapes if they're
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Maybe just do the whole cartoon move where I just eat the whole vine of it. And sort of lean back in the chair, relaxing.
Okay. You, that just counts as a full meal. You're nice and satiated after your display.
And sort of looking around and see what I see in the room or if I hear anything, I guess.
You can hear mutterings and whatnot in that room where you were before. You're just in this room in general, or what? What are you looking for?
I'm just sort of just passively listening to my surroundings because he's still an animal, even if this is a comforting place. He's still on alert most of the time.
Right. You can hear talking in various rooms. The hymn ever present still chimes and whatnot goes on.
I want to go look at the trees, so I'll probably go back out that way.
Yeah, you exit and you enter the room again. There seems to be a crowd forming around Priestess Merikka. She seems to be giving either orders. She's speaking very animatedly, pointing at different individuals. At the opposite end of the room, as you actually you can't really see that.
No. Kothar would just kind of go up to one of the trees and smell it again, and then probably just sit next to it, looking at the display. What's going on as far as in the center of the room.
You get up close in a tree. It's very comforting, of course, you know, as trees tend to be for you, apparently. As you get closer and people start to take note of you, they look back and Merikka no longer speaks so animatedly. She welcomes you. I'm assuming you gave her your name, right?
Yeah.
Kothar, it's glad to see. She looks at you. She smiles. There's a very big grin on her face. Someone with more social cues and tact would be able to tell it's a fake smile. You, maybe not so much.
No.
I'm glad to see you're wearing our robes. Brother, she refers to you. Other people are whispering amongst themselves. A couple of them walk off.
Brother. This one does not remember being born in the same clutch.
It's simply your new clutch now. He replies to that statement.
There can be more than one clutch, and he sort of scratches his chin.
Yes. Yes, there can be, Kothar.
This one does not know more about the clutches. Perhaps this is true. This one understands that perhaps he did not put on the robe correctly. This one's arms did not fit in the arm things.
She approaches you. She tries to fiddle with it a bit, but it seems to be torn up and definitely not serviceable in its current state. I'm sure we can have someone take a look at that for you some other time. We have some chores we must attend to this morning, however. If you would like to assist, I would be greatly appreciated.
What would you like this one to do?
She looks you over at your physique. She knows that she may have observed some of the combat that you were in from before. And she says, well, we have some
weeds, right? Our garden, our entrance to the temple is not up to snuff. If you would like to do some yard work, you understand?
This one understands work, but what is a yard and how does one work it?
She sighs. She seems to be a bit frustrated talking with you.
You
Seems
don't
like
say.
basic concepts go way over your head. She's wondering to herself, was it even worth it taking this one in? I don't... well, I'm sure if you get with one of our gardeners, he can show you how it's done. They're outside. They should be working now. Feel free to join them.
Yes, this one will meet the gardener. And I look and nod to her and then walk, just stride through.
Yep. As you walk outside, there seems to be a couple people around the courtyard doing various tasks, like cutting down fallen trees and whatnot, or just tending to the soil. Heading out are a couple of individuals who you may have remembered or not. They seem to be walking. They're making their way outside the building and whatnot. A couple people walk around with one of the dogs. Yeah.
I look around and see people working with grass, and maybe that put two and two together. I don't know, but look around and approach this guy. You are the gardener?
Approach.
Yes?
He turns his head and he looks at you. He has an axe in his hand. He seems to be working with a particularly difficult piece of weeds and whatnot. He just can't get out. He turns and says, "What's it to you?"
The hooded one inside told me to speak with a gardener. I am supposed to do something called yard work.
Putting you to the rings, aye? Aye. He hands you his axe. Chop this down, get rid of it.
And look at the axe and yes. And I'll try to smash this tree up, get it out of there, or the weeds. Or actually, could
Yeah.
I yank the weeds out?
Probably, if you want to give me a roll.
And I
He
would
definitely gave you a tool to use.
look at the axe, and I've never really used one of these, so I'd probably use my free hand and just try to yank them out, not knowing better. Strength, or is that athletics? Probably.
For menial tasks, I don't think it'd beat athletics. It's probably just a strength roll.
It's a saving throw, but
We'll consider this your roll for all the yard work you're going to be attempting today, unless it's something specific that you want to try out later. So, with that, you're able to do some decent work. It takes a while. You're getting your hands dirty. You find comfort in this labor. You're in the wild, working with trees and grass and soil, feet in the dirt, getting your robes dirty. How long do you want to keep at this?
There any particularly difficult tasks that people are trying to do that are around? Or?
This is general field work. This place has been in absolute disarray, and their goal today is to make it look as pretty as possible.
I can't really think of anything unless something like weird comes up where a couple of these dudes can't do something. In that case, I would attempt it, probably.
Right.
But
so, yeah, you're spending your time doing yard work and fixing up a church, a temple. So we go back. It's a very odd session, I think. back over to the other group. It's early morning. Kurt has switched out. Liam took a stand at watch. Kurt's in the room with you asleep now with the others. Yeah, Kothar, you're playing Sims right now. Anyone? It's morning.
Okay. Right. Breakfast, I think. Oh! You're new, eh?
Excuse me?
I don't recognize you. Well, no fun without him, hey?
Oh, you got out of there. I didn't hear you.
Said, where's Kurt? Not much fun without him, is it?
Well, he's probably resting after a nice long day's work. Night's work.
He's... He's weak. Anyway, off to breakfast with me.
Liam watches as you walk out. He doesn't know what to take on you. He hasn't really interacted with you much.
Breakfast.
Yep, Nagel and Leo head downstairs. Mitchell, what are you up to? Mitchell?
He
Mitchell's
may
doing
be
his
away
own
from his
thing.
keyboard for a moment.
I couldn't keep
Maybe.
him, entertained with that
Maybe.
yard work.
No.
He fell asleep.
The two of you, however, walk downstairs. Stomachs rumbling.
Oh.
There appear the other people gathered around eating.
Barkeep.
The ever tireless David goes up to you and says, hello, I assume you want the food, yes?
I'll take 2 fancy breakfasts.
Of course, of course.
Now, I'll also need pints of beer. Chop, chop. Chop, chop, let's go.
Oh, all right. Well, I get you your food. I do not like being talked like that, though. So
I haven't all day. Do I not look hungry to you?
he sort of sighs. To think I was about to say you a preferred customer, but apparently not. And he says this to the old man. And he runs out to the back to the kitchen, whatnot. Yeah. So he's running out getting you food. Mitchell, whenever you're, I'll type that. It's just gonna be a little while while he works in that. While you two wait for your food. Anything you want to do? Did you order anything?
We didn't get a chance to.
Not yet.
Did you want to say anything before you head out, or?
Yeah, 2 breakfasts for me.
4 breakfasts total. He noted that before he heads out. Yeah.
So now,
So now what?
That's next to me. That's that Henry Marigold fella.
Yep.
Him.
What's up?
I'm just gonna turn and look at him.
The man.
You're a
threw-
creature, aren't you?
A what? What'd you say?
I said you're a frightful looking creature, aren't you?
He gives you a nice toothy grin. He seems to have a fake tooth. Says, well, look who's talking, eh?
I'm a different kind of frightful. You're something from nightmares, I think.
And he sort of looks at you and says, that may be, but you wouldn't mess with a nightmare, would you? I keep people on their toes. I scare them. He's just smiling at you, really, really cheesy.
Really teethy? Because it looks like it's really partially teethy. Right. Well, careful you don't lose any more of those teeth. I reckon some of that grin might scare someone into provoking some of those teeth be loose.
And he sort of looks at you. Are you threatening me? Is that what's going on?
No, I think you misunderstand me. I'm only making mention of that you are a strange-looking fellow.
Maybe you ought to keep your thoughts to yourself. I happen to own this establishment.
Right.
Nigel is just waiting for his food, kind of eyeballing everything, sleepily.
Yep. Eventually the food comes out the tray. Steve eats, carrying 4 plates very precariously in his hands. He's balancing them in an act. He sets them at your table. Real quick, Mitchell, yeah, like I said, it's the next day, you awaken. The 2 of them went downstairs to go get breakfast and whatnot. Is there anything you were planning?
I was kind of bored, but he's just gonna try and break into his head again.
Yep. So expend a spell slot while this happens. So let's see, where's
Yes,
this
sir.
sheet? It's what save was it? Wisdom?
Yep, wisdom.
What's the DC?
13.
This time, perhaps because he's groggy, not fully awakened, not fully awake.
Yeah, Reggie only needs 4 hours of sleep, so he wakes up and it's like the middle of the night for him. He just casts it while he's sleeping.
You're able to get into this man's head. What is it that you search for?
I search for guilt.
This man who you sift through his mind seems to be guilt-free, sleeping like a baby.
Which in and of itself answers another question. Did he what murders has he been involved in? He's been sending lots of people to their death. Do I see just like a line like in frick. Do I just see like a line of people being led into the cellar? Like obviously not all in a line all at once, but just person after person going down there.
Let's see. If it fails, you get... I'm trying to read this spell. I don't know how much you're supposed to get out of it, you know? If it succeeds, spell ends. Either the target knows that you're probing into its mind. Ooh. So, you get images and whatnot of various faces as you try to see whether or not he's murdered them. You see a bunch of different people, right? Young, old, elves, humans, halflings, half-orcs, indiscriminately. That he somehow convinces to go down into the depths of the slumbering inn, the sleeping serpent inn. And then he seems to toss and turn as you're doing this. The deeper you get into this, the more he tosses. You gonna press the matter, or?
Yeah, he's gonna try and bring forth the image of the barkeep owner. Like, what did he feel about this guy? Like hatred, envy, something like that.
So you project the image of the barkeep. I'm gonna roll real quick. He doesn't awaken from his slumber from this, but he seems to have mixed feelings about it. Some of them pleasant, most of them, however, seem to be negative. Like either envy, jealousy, very negative emotions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But there are a few glimpses and few feelings of pleasant ones. Definitely didn't hate the man.
Okay, so it looks almost like he didn't kill him either. Of course, how could he? He was unconscious. So he's gonna look, he's gonna look for how those creatures came into that place. How those, how the trogs came to be there. And the idol, all these odd things. He's gonna look for anything in his past that might connect him. Such strange occurrences have to stand out. They don't
Yeah, I'm
have
gonna do this. Every time you probe for something different, I'll have him do a wisdom save. That makes more sense.
Sure. It's in the spirit of the game.
And you said 13 was the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, he still fails this one. So you said you're probing for how particularly the trogs, or
Not just the trucks, just like how that whole thing came to be, like the basement. It leads nowhere else except back to the slumbering serpent. How did they get there? Like anything he knows about it.
as you probe through that, you get more images of dead bodies. Just there doesn't seem to be anything about like the construction of it. He seems to be knowledgeable of the happenings, but not of why or how.
Okay. And the idol, he knew about that?
For the idol itself, there are images of him standing before it and laying things in front of it. It's a bit foggy. There's a pleasant association with the idol.
Is there anybody that he feels similar pleasantries about?
Okay, as you probe into that matter, other feelings of good and pleasant, the man stirs awake. He shoots up from his little desk that he had been unconscious on. Did I just hide you guys? Yeah. He's awake now. He's looking at you, and he knows what you've been up to.
Yep.
He sort of tries to like shove you, like tackle you. Not tackle, you know what I mean? Like a shoulder shove to get away from him.
I mean, he'll take a step back.
No. You're out of his range from right now, you know?
Yeah, he'll keep doing it. Unless you're saying he made the save.
Oh, he did, is what I'm implying.
Okay.
You're unable to gather any more info in that regard.
What more do you know about this serpent?
He's looking at you. I'm not gonna help you. Disgusting. Foul. He just starts muttering to himself. The other people in the room now come awake. They seem to be stirred by his outburst.
Disgusting. Foul. I'm not the one who's been feeding people to horrifying monsters and ghouls.
He doesn't respond to that. He's just muttering to himself, glaring you down.
Why did you do it? Did you hate them?
What part of
Did
I'm
they-
not gonna help you? Don't you understand?
Figure
Liam
something out.
walks in at the commotion. Sir?
Just interrogating the prisoner.
Liam looks over at him. You're doing that thing with your mind again, aren't you, sir?
Indeed.
You should teach me that sometime. Seems useful.
You're powerful enough to wield such magics now. Good, good. Kurt. Kurt, wake up.
Kurt tosses and turns.
Damn it, man. Usually, like he wakes up with his hand, like, pushes him a bit, like...
Kurt seems very content in his bed. He wraps the sheets around him.
He goes over, grabs the pillow, and starts hitting him with it.
What? What do you want?
Damn it, Kurt, if I was one of them, you'd be dead. I need your key.
My key? Like, what are you talking about?
To the Mankles. I wish to free Derek. He's innocent.
I was given orders not to do that, sir. I cannot do that. We're just watching over them for the time being.
I'm
That's
not going
what
to
you
let
said
him
yourself,
go,
remember?
of course. But I want
Sorry?
him ready in case... I'm not going to let him go, of course, but I want him ready for if this one tries anything.
That's what I'm here for, sir. I'm not gonna
He gives
disobey.
him a disapproving look.
He seems reluctant to hand over the keys. From your agreement with Ben, and he seems to be a guard in the sense that you're just watching over prisoners. You're not making a final verdict on this.
I know. But he said he's innocent. He just wants him out of his cuffs, able to move. Did he sleep in his armor?
Kurt did not. His armor and gears thrown about the bed. Just not really placed methodically, you know? Just sort of like he shoved everything off him and just jumped in.
Yeah. Reggie looks for the key.
Give me, what was that, investigate?
Yeah, sure.
With an 8, you eventually spot the key, but enough time has passed that while you're looking through his gear, Kurt knows what you're up to and snatches it. Says, oh, see, now that's kind of suspicious, if you ask me. Maybe I should go and tell Bannon.
Are you saying you wish to leave these prisoners?
What I'm saying is...
Calm down, Kurt. You don't have to put up this facade. Jeez. I'm not done with you. Well, I'm going to get some breakfast.
Of course, sir. Would you... I can hang out here if you would like. Maybe bring me something up later.
Actually, I have a better idea. Someone who didn't just wake up needs to keep an eye on them. Would you mind gathering us some food? He'll toss him some jingle.
All right, sir. Anything you'd prefer?
There's some eggs and bacon.
You're doing this with Liam, right? You're handing Liam the shit.
Oh no, I just knew it was Kurt.
Oh, with Kurt. Oh no, Kurt's. Well, what? I look like some sort of slave? I'm a royal guard, or a guard. I'm a guard. That's for certain.
He's just staring at him.
After a couple of seconds under your gaze, he begins to squirm. He says, "All right, I'll get you eggs." Mother's off and stomps away.
And a bacon.
He chooses to ignore that. You guys are eating.
Now he gets sent downstairs with these guys.
Kurt's on his gear. He's just wearing normal clothes right now. Yeah, just begins talking with the barkeep, ordering food. He actually decides to sit away from all of you.
Oh, Kurt, plenty of room over here, oh boy. Come on now.
That's right. That's fine. I was thinking about maybe having a conversation with this nice young lady.
The old woman beside him smiles. She doesn't have any teeth.
Careful there. Might be the owner's wife.
Jesus.
Maybe that's where her teeth is gone.
Oh man.
The man now, at that provocation, stands up.
Fucking
grabs
damn
his
it, guys.
cane.
First the druid, now the fucking bar. I need you.
What was his dumb voice?
I'll have you know, that is my mother. You can talk all you want about me, but you say a word about this lovely lady, and I'll show you what for.
You don't seem very... What would be saying something about your mother?
Oh, I meant no disrespect. She's a fine lady. That's just
Yes.
making an obvious comment.
A real prim-looking stargazer.
Jesus fucking
He has
Christ.
had enough of your shit, Leo. This is how you repay me for offering you to find a service in Orlane in a room? I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Okay, then ask.
Get out.
I'm still waiting.
Oh, you're a funny one, aren't you?
Yeah. Begins to step outside. Yeah, that's just his he's gonna
It's
go
a guard right beside him.
Well, he's in civilian clothes,
Oh
yeah.
god.
I mean, I imagine Kurt is one of the most well-known guards in town, but not for that good reason.
Yeah. Well, Kurt, time to...
Time to what?
Time to prove your mettle, Kurt.
Can I get eggs to go, sir?
He talks to the barkeep. And the guy's like, oh. Well, hey, you can take the plates upstairs, I guess. Kurt begins to shove foods and plates in his hands, and he begins to stumble off.
I gotta give this to Reginald. All right.
Kurt makes his way upstairs. The owner of the inn is no longer in sight. He seems to have gone to get something.
A
Something.
gun.
Something.
A cannon.
The elderly lady just seems to be smiling at everything. She doesn't really know what's going on.
Oh, well, they may have worn them.
It seems you got quite a pickle going on.
Clearly, I've not yet acquainted myself with the customs.
These small folk always have some type of issue.
That happens. Suppose... Oh yeah, Kurt Orlane back upstairs. Suppose I better step out, see what coming next. I don't wish to be blindsided. With that, he heads towards the door.
Yeah, I have some business to take care of. I'll accompany you out. And I shall return to the inn for more drinks later if you're game.
So long as they let us back in.
All right, you two go out to wait outside. You can see the man walking along the road. He seems to be with his cane, just sort of trudging along at a fair pace for a man of his stature and build. He appears to be heading into the town.
Ah, there's the old lad now.
Yep, you two are just gonna post up and wait, or
Now I'll go over to him. I hope you're happy. Without you asking, thank you.
he turns around. He's like, "Oh, you're a quick one, aren't you?"
Indeed.
So, I suppose we don't have any more issues, eh?
Well, I haven't come to fight you. It would take but a flick of my eyelash to knock you over.
Oh, I have you know, I've been in a couple of scrapes myself.
Couple of scrapes.
Scraps. Sorry.
Oh, all right, we'll wait outside.
Just don't go starting anything, all right? Sort of walks past you. He tries to shoulder check you. Doesn't really work out.
I just looked down at my arm. Is that a courtesy?
Oh, is that a curse? You always with the mouth you running, and he's sort of like going off back into his home of business.
Courtesy.
Courtesy. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Well, what are you two up to then? You're chilling out there.
Yeah, I got thrown out.
Yep.
I'll just linger by the door. I'll pace like a mad cat.
Sim, what are you up to?
I was gonna go by the goods shop. Is it open yet? Does he have it in business, or is it?
Oh, you know, your orders were to come here ahead of time and make sure things are good and going, you know?
Yeah.
He's it's not open for business, of course. He's busy procuring items for the move. He sent you out about 3 days ahead of him.
So it's just like a shell still.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
a shop, and there's some signs and whatnot. You'd be able to identify it.
All
But
right,
his
yeah.
wares aren't there.
No, I'll just make sure the building's all good and come on my way back to the end if nothing else is going on.
Oh, actually, there might be stuff going on. So we'll say that you're going off to check out the shop.
All right.
Jeez, I don't know. This episode, you know, Kothar, what's up? You've been working you've been hard at work. Is there anything after a couple of hours and whatnot? You make a dent into the yard.
I'd go and see if the gardeners had any more work for me, and assuming they don't, I would go in and sort of stretch and look for some place to get water from.
You mentioned before you head into the temple that you're kind of thirsty, and they tell you there's like a little well out back. He points you in a general direction. It's behind the temple.
Mm-hmm. So I go back there and go over to the well. And where is the well in terms of?
So for all intents and purposes, that's a well where they get their water from.
Mm-hmm. I go back there and slip my way back.
Yep, you walk by this man. You can, he sort of gives you a look. He's sitting on a stool in front of the gate, and the building, the little side building.
Mm-hmm. I was passing by and look around and follow in the directions, get to that well.
Yep, you're easily able. You see the well. I'm assuming you know how to work it, right?
I don't know, actually. Oh, shit. What would you say?
Uh, it's pretty basic, right? But it could be confusing if you've never done it before.
Yeah?
You see a bucket and some rope. There, if you peer in, there seems to be a nice little drop. There's water at the end.
Is it a bigger well, smaller well?
It's fairly medium sized. It's not huge.
Do I think I could
A
climb back
person
up
can
if
fit
I
in
fell
there.
in?
Multiple people can. It's deep enough that it would take a little bit of effort to climb up. You know, I'd say it's a good 10, maybe not 10. Let's say 15 feet.
Shit. Well, Kothar, being covered in dirt, thirsty, and having not bathed for some time, sees water in a hole. Probably gonna go for a swim. So I can
All
clean up
right.
and get water.
15 feet. So every 10 feet, it's 1d6 bludgeoning damage. After what, though? You're landing in
Well,
water.
depends if he's just jumping into water.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. You jump into the water. After a couple seconds, you hear a splash. You're surrounded by water at the bottom of this well. Oh, God.
And I would come back up and drink some and just sort of swim around in there a bit.
All right. Someone write contaminated water, please, in their notes so I remember this.
Got it. This is how we get them. We willingly let Kothar go with them. This is how they die.
And just sort of lap up the water a bit and do this for a few minutes. When I'm satisfied, I'll realize that it is a decent climb up, but I'm confident in myself. So I'm gonna try to climb out of the well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're easily able to climb up, kicking rocks and whatnot. Dirt goes into the water as well. So you make your way up, and you get out. You sort of tip the bucket over, it falls on the ground. How curious.
I'd pick up the bucket and try to get it set back up the way it was.
Yeah, that's easily enough.
Mhm.
But your robes are now drenched.
Now this I probably have done. I probably have wrenched out, so I'll go ahead and wrench out the robes a bit and sort of shake and get the water off of me.
Yeah, you shake the water back into the well.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. And then put the dampish robes back on and stretch again. And then probably head inside after that.
Yeah, sure. Fucking hell, me. I don't.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, you walk by the band. He sort of looks at you oddly, seeing that you're wet. He doesn't say anything.
And then come back around and head in. Just sort of look around, see what's going on. Obviously head near the trees, because that's my go-to.
Yeah, no. Nothing much going on, just temple as usual.
I would walk up to the statue and look at it.
It's finely crafted. It depicts Merikka in all her loving grace. It's made of maybe a jade or an emerald. It's definitely green mineral, like marble perhaps. You're not entirely sure. You're not good with stonework, I assume.
No. I would smell it. I might put my ear to it to see if I can hear it, someone speaking.
From the statue?
Yeah, because I mean, they said that this is their representation of their god.
Yeah, you're able to place your ear on the statue, and it sounds like that. Nothing. It's a
Mhm,
statue. It's
yeah.
not making any sense.
Hmm. Sort of scratching my chin. Kothar will probably wander around a bit because he sees other doors and things like that, and he's sort of curious about this place.
Right, as you make your way to that door, Marisha notices and sort of, Brother Kothar,
Yes?
I see that you've done your part, and we appreciate it. Merikka appreciates your hard work. Where is it that you were trying to go?
This one saw other doors that he has not been through. This one likes it here and wants to know more about where these places are.
Oh, of course. Just one moment, please. Don't head off on your own.
she,
This one will wait.
she runs out of her room.
Sort of
You gonna wait patiently?
Yeah, I'll sit next to the. Well, I probably test it a bit, because I'm assuming she's gonna take a little bit, and I would probably get impatient. So I'd probably test
Yeah.
the door and.
The door this time is unlocked. You gonna go in?
Of course.
Okay, yeah. One sec, I'll reveal it. You open a door, and you're in a hallway. There are many statues laid about it. Some of these people actually seem familiar to you. You just learned about them the other day, or, yeah, last night. Ilya was teaching you about the heroic deeds of certain individuals, and the descriptions sort of match. But
Anyone in
this is a
particular?
hall. Give me a 1d6. We'll see. So the fifth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is that one? Wrote it down. 1 minute. Oh, that's actually one of the first disciples who spread the word of Merikka. Very wise in their thoughts. They're definitely responsible for the spread of Merikka in this part of the world.
As I'm recalling all the details, perhaps not getting everything, I guess I share in the sense of importance of this individual that they're now made of stone. And I do the same thing and try to listen to the statue.
You also recall from your teachings yesterday that it's customary that you do a little prayer every time you inspect this. Are you going to do that, or are you just going to
Oh
listen
yeah, I'm
at
going to
it?
do that first, and then
Okay.
as awkwardly as I imagine I would do the hand signal, and then with
Great, and then you put your ear to it?
yeah, and then nothing. I'm assuming.
Nah, there's nothing. But, whisper you something. Feel free to talk.
I just sort of eye up these different things, and I would say a few, simple prayers to Merikka.
Kothar, check the door to the south. Totally safe.
Who is that? No.
After a little while, you're doing your prayers and whatnot. You can hear you can hear Merikka in the other room, wondering where you went.
And I'd be sort of kneeling prostrate before this statue.
She opens the door and she seems to be angry, and then she sees what you're doing, and her anger subsides. She says, "Brother Kothar, I told you to wait there, but I see you just can't help yourself. I'm pleased at your devotion. However, I ask that you refrain from moving along on your own from now on. Can you do me that favor?"
Yes, this one was curious.
Right. Well, I'll leave you to it. She walks out. And this woman here is wondering what you want to do.
This one wants to see other parts of the temple.
She doesn't really talk to you. She knows that her job is just as your tour guide, and she beckons you to follow. Yeah, you walk by several statues. You recognize some of them, like I said. The only one that really called out to you was that one, though, from before. Easily recognizable.
And Kothar
She
would
leads you to the back.
sort of run his hand across some of the statues that he's going by, and let's keep pace with the quiet one.
The quiet one leads you upstairs. All right. I don't know. How am I doing on pacing? Because party's split again. I don't know.
I think you're doing good,
Yeah.
considering we split into 3 groups.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're doing all right.
I would agree.
She leads you to the second floor, and we'll jump back real quick to Mitchell.
Sure.
Kurt returns in a rush. He seems to be carrying a lot of food. That nervous sweat that's ever accompanied by him is on his face again.
Excellent, Kurt. Just over on the table. Are you okay?
All
seem
right,
to be
just
nervous.
fine, just fine. Just, maybe rein in your friends. He lays the food at the table.
What did the mayor do?
No, your other friends, they seem to be causing quite a stir downstairs.
Oh, them. Wouldn't call them friends. But sure.
Yeah, he places the food and begins to get dressed with his gear. Anything you want to do?
Oh. He's got one more spell slot. We'll try it again.
Okay.
I mean, it's really nothing we can really do with Richie right now.
One sec, where is it? Oh, yep, you're back in his head. What is it you're looking for?
Going back to the people that he, in his mind, he has a similar bond to, with regards to the statue. The statue made him feel a certain way. He's looking for more things that make him feel that way.
That makes him feel like, that's... I need a little bit more than that, yeah?
People related to the statue.
Okay. Now, this is particular. Okay, give me a 1d8 roll, please.
7.
I'm only supposed to give you like general feelings and associations, right? I don't. Now, as you branch off, you go back to that image of the statue that he had a pleasant association with. You're easily able to navigate his mind to get back there. And you move forward to other associated feelings or related to the statue. There seems to be a jump from the joy and the pleasantry of the statue to more fear, very primal fear and suffering. You're given images of shackles and in like the darkness. There seems to be candles lit about. It's pain. You're feeling feelings of pain. You want to keep going into that, or
Yes.
one sec? What was it, 13?
Yes, 13.
Oh, still good. In this dark room by candlelight, you hear whimpering. There appear to be others in this room. You're seeing from the perspective now of Donovan. He looks at his wrists. There's blood dripping down them. But suddenly there's a sound and a bright light flashes. And there's something large looming over him now. His eyes try to adjust to the sunlight, but he's blinded. And I'll give another roll. Just as the figure is about to become more clear as his eyes adjust, you're shut out from his thoughts once more.
Who was that?
Very cinematic.
What was that?
He's looking at you now.
That creature.
And 1 second. I need some rolls. Give me a notice. Not notice, sorry. Perception?
Sure. He's not rolling well today. 9.
That's good enough. You've seen now that he has what appears to be some sort of pick in his hand, and he's been working on his manacles. They're not undone yet.
He goes to just interrupt it.
Yeah, easily enough you're able to snatch it from him. He tries fighting it, but he's not really in a position of power here.
Really, Donovan?
I told you to get out of my head!
What was that creature?
It's nothing!
Bullshit, it was something.
Sir
Something
Reginald!
awful.
Liam pipes in. It's awful? You know nothing of awful.
I know plenty of awful. Speak. What was it? Where were you? Give me something, man.
He's gonna attempt to tackle you. Like, straight up. He's gonna try beating you up, even though he's shackled.
Sure. A tackle disadvantage?
He's got super weapons. Let's see. I'm just gonna have him do what is it? Athletics, strength? Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Is
do.
he currently
you can try
restrained?
getting out of the way. He is restrained.
I think he has disadvantage.
I'm giving him disadvantage. There's no way he has.
Okay.
Nat 20.
If you want to run like a mini fucking initiative order real quick, man.
Sure.
Whatever. It's too late. Now you know it's stat block.
I don't see anything.
Same.
What's up?
I think you're good, dude. I don't see anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, he goes. What was your roll? Give me.
He goes
If
first.
you want to dodge out of the way, or.
Yeah, 22 acrobatics.
Yeah. He's he goes to tackle you. You're easily able to get out of the way. He sort of falls to the ground in front of you and looks up at you. Venom in his eyes.
Very well. And he snaps his fingers, and he again hears this bell in his head no one else can hear. This funeral gong. As he is told, unless he makes a save.
Target wisdom save or start to lose soul.
It's just some flavor text.
Jesus
Non-lethally.
Christ.
Oof. What happens on a fail?
He just takes the damage.
No. What
Again,
happens when he got a nat 20. So
oh, then nothing happens.
the bell.
Cantrips are save or nothing.
Yeah. Okay. He's looking at you quizzically now. Yeah. He doesn't know what you're doing. You just seem like snapping your fingers. Like, is this really the time?
His turn.
Actually, Liam's gonna pipe in now. Sir? And he's gonna go over here. And he's just gonna... What do you want to do, Liam? What do you want to do? He'll just try to restrain him as well. Okay, that's good enough. He's able to get his hands over him and sort of pick him up. He's gone by like the back of his neck right now, holding him up for you.
Why? Why won't you simply submit?
So what's up? What are you gonna do? You wanna keep beating him up, or?
No. Reggie already said he wouldn't torture him.
Alright, well, after that little, squabble, you, back down here, I guess. Oh no, okay, Sam, you're going out to check out the shop, yeah?
Yeah, that was the plan. And let's see.
Okay. Where are we? Are we four-way splits now?
Yeah.
You know where it's at, right? You were given directions, specific directions from your employer. So easily enough, you navigate the streets and you're able to make it to Barthen's Provisions. There's a sign that's posted up.
Sweet. Oh, looks good, I'm assuming.
The shop seems to be like from the window panes you can see in, right? Not windows, what I'm saying. They're windows. There's no panes of glass, but you can see into the shop. This appears to be dusty on just a glancing inspection. Yeah, no one's been keeping up with it. There are drawers and shelves laid about the place, a display case.
Cool. If everything looks good, then I'm start making my way back to the inn.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. One sec. Give me a 1d12. Yeah, all right. I'll note that for later. But yeah, you make your way back to the inn. You still see Leo pacing back and forth out front.
Still got you out here like a wild dog.
Yeah, and I'm getting mighty thirsty.
Shouldn't have gone and make fun of that guy's mom.
I didn't think it was making fun of him.
I'll bring you out a beer. No one else drink with me in there, I'm sure. At least invite
That's all right. I'm gonna head in for one anyway.
Reginald, if you glance out the window, sure, you can see Leo pacing back and forth as Sim returns, as Nagel returns.
They're already back inside now.
Yeah, you both enter. The old man and his mother don't appear to be there.
Barkeep, 2 ales, one for my friend and one for me.
How is it? I can get you your drink, yes, but maybe your friend should not be here. I know my Henry told me that not to allow you to serve.
And Leo picks up the stool here and
If you said something, you broke up for a sec.
Yeah, no one can hear you.
okay, I said Leo gets up and sort of rests this stool that he's sitting on over here.
You threw the stool?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
mad.
It shatters against the wall. David does not like this. Hey, what is it you are doing? Hey, I'm not causing problems with you. You're breaking our stuff now. Some of the...
I'm just creating more firewood.
That is not how we do it here. He sort of starts shooing you away as he runs back and grabs a broom. So you just leave?
Back outside. Poke his head back in. Hey, Nagel, I'll take that one for the road.
David begins cleaning the mess, and he turns to Nagel, and it's like, you have to pay for the stool too.
I didn't break the stool.
Well, then your friend has to pay. And better, do you buy him drinks or?
I'm buying drinks. You go collect the money for the stool from him.
He seems to be very upset.
If I would have broke the stool, I'd have to pay.
Look, I'm just trying to do my job. Yes, I have so many problems. I do not want them.
Maybe if you'd be faster with the drinks.
I would be faster with the drinks if your friend does not break them too much. I apologize. I did not mean to get loud with you, okay? I will get you the drinks. He steps over. He finds a really dirty-looking mug, puts it down, pours a drink. Hey, this is your drink, okay?
I need one more.
No, I'm not serving your friend.
Oh, well, you're serving me. I'd be serving my friend.
I heard that you just said it right there. I know you're gonna give a drink to your friend, and he's already rowdy. If he drinks, I am cutting him off.
But you gotta give him the drink before you cut him off, you just said.
I am cutting him off before it happens.
Oh, well then I'll drink his.
I do not believe you. Is this a deception roll?
No, I am gonna drink it.
Look, okay, you drink that, you want 2 drinks, you drink that, I pour you another one.
Fine, sounds good. More work for you. And he slams it down, sets it back on the counter. Need another one.
Coming right up, sir. He goes, pours another one.
Okay. And he slams that one. That'll be all for now.
Oh, that will be all. Okay.
See, told you I wasn't gonna give it to him.
I'm assuming you're always giving him the money whenever you,
Yeah, no, I am.
Yeah.
I'm deducting it.
Alright. Who haven't I visited yet? Which player am I up to right now? Is it Mitchell, Ghost? You guys want to keep going? I don't know.
Richie just had his... I think we're back to Kothar. I mean, I'm okay to pass time.
What's that?
Kothar is really the only one that I can see not needing to pass time.
Not needing to pass time?
Yeah, he's a
Because we're
tweet.
here for a task. We're waiting for messengers to come.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a while.
days away. You know that, right? I thought I made that one clear.
Yeah, that's gonna be a while. That's there. The Duke's stuff is a pretty decent way away. So there's still. If we're gonna pass time, we're gonna be here for a fucking week.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a goal here. I thought we were just.
Oh no, this has been
What are we
great.
gonna
This
do?
has been great. We can if you want to.
We've literally had a session where we've done nothing.
No, yeah, we've done some
I thought
stuff.
we were trying to pass time.
You've
Ronak.
done some stuff.
Ronark's finally rest.
Hey, Ronark's.
Yeah, Ronark's gonna be extra rested next session.
I'm fine to. I mean, I'm just learning more about what's going on with the temple. I'm assuming if we pass time, I'm gonna start using words like I and me and.
Ah, you learn.
Yeah, she leads you. She shows you the library. There's many books that she's recommending.
What books exactly are being recommended?
Are they tasty?
Yeah.
Do they look like the ones he has?
So,
Oh, that was the other guy, so.
there's like general studies on Merikka, like basic you give to your children. She pulls that one out for you first. She believes it's more your level.
I don't know.
She also runs off and grabs a couple other things.
I don't know if I can read, but I guess I can try.
Alright, try to read.
You failed at it before, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was. I tried to read a picture book, so this is different.
This is a little bit harder. It's got words.
Yeah.
This is a step up.
No.
Okay, just act this one out for a second.
What's that?
Just there's a book in your hand. You don't know this, but you have it upside down.
Yeah, I'm just I guess I'm
What
just
you
looking at
fucker.
this.
You're flipping through the pages, maybe nodding like you know what you're doing.
Mhm.
After a few moments, your associate here notices what you're doing, and she gives a small laugh. This is the first sound you've heard from her, and she looks at you. And she says, "I'm sorry. Do you not know how to read?"
What is reading?
And she sort of puts her hand on her mouth, pulls in a gasp of air.
Oh my, it's even worse than I suspected. Well then,
She pulls out a bunch of books and some paper.
we're gonna have to correct that.
She goes over, she gets a quill. It's now her task to teach you the basics of reading.
Oh my god.
Good luck.
Time to learn to read.
Yeah. Obviously,
This
it's gonna
guy
take
needs
a very
phonics.
long time.
It's Reader Rabbit. No, stop killing Reader Rabbit, damn it, no!
He's gonna come out singing that song. I am hooked on phonics.
So, yeah, I guess
I'm gonna
I'm.
make a couple rolls at how well she's doing at teaching, and I want you to take a couple of intelligence rolls, see how well you pick it up. Maybe lore, or is that a roll?
No.
Oh,
Mix up my systems now.
god damn. Okay.
Investigation?
Whoa!
Hey.
Regardless, they're not too bad.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She spends the next 5 hours trying to help you.
Okay, so I'll roll 4 more, I guess, and. Oh.
So the longer you go on, the harder it becomes. You know, she starts really basic, and you start picking up. So he's like, A, ah, A, ah. And you're like, to your voice.
A. Ah. A. Ah.
For the first hour or so, it's going pretty well. You're picking things up. The second hour, you start waning in your
Did they both roll ones there?
Yeah. Hour 4 was not the best hour.
hour 4. You get in an argument. Right? She's showing you a picture book of a crocodile, right? And she's like, crocodile. And for some
Ancient
reason, sort of
ones.
No,
ends you,
revered scaled one. Point at it.
and you get into a heated argument there for a good hour. It's a waste of time. Everyone's sort of pissed off at you. So that's what's been going on your end as the day comes to a close for you, you know? You were pretty productive. You did a lot of yard work, and you got basics of reading.
I learned the alphabet.
He did our job for us. He's got some late game debuffs.
Oh,
So yeah, anything else? She blows out a candle. It's getting late. She wants to get some food, so she's calling it quits for now.
Will you teach this one more about reading tomorrow?
Of course. I will do everything in my power to help you out.
This one thanks you.
Sometime during the session, you learn that her name is Elise. This is Elise, the priestess.
The quiet one, yes. This one will remember.
Yeah, and then she leads you back down to eat, I guess.
Mhm. And then pray and
to
then
the
sleep.
other. Yeah, you go about your routine. You pray. You eat. It's a good evening.
You splash around in the well for a while.
No, not till tomorrow.
You like
This
to work
one
up a
hasn't
mental sweat
bathed
too.
in
So.
years. This one feels great.
That was the wrong one.
What is this?
That looks familiar.
Fear and terror.
Ah, see, we're back in the, there we go.
Is that what's
I knew
downstairs?
it. All basements are interconnected.
What? That was the basement of the slumbering serpent.
I know.
What's in here?
What's up?
Leo! Leo, what are you doing outside?
Yeah,
You
from
can
the
call
window
down.
you can see Leo.
Well, I may have insulted the owner's mother, broken a stool, a bench.
Reggie feels an optic migraine coming on.
What's wrong
Why?
with your face?
You.
Me?
The first time we met, you were in a jail cell. Do you wish to end there again? You know these sort of things aren't allowed.
Ah, it's a learning curve. I'm still trying to figure out your ways.
Well, rule 1 is generally don't insult people. Rule number 2 is don't break things.
I didn't mean to insult. I mean her. And the bench was because anymore of anything.
I mean, he is allowed to choose which customers he serves. This is his establishment.
Oh, the bartender doesn't own it. Some
No.
Weasley-looking gangle-toothed man.
See, that's why I got off
this
him.
out at the.
Yeah, that's why you're
Showman.
allowed in again. I needed you, Leo. What about your friend? Is he at least allowed back in?
Oh, yes. Quite capable of breaking things as well, although I'd keep a better watch on.
So where will you be staying then?
Oh, I don't know. There might be a nice brook or stream, a forest or barn around.
Have you
What's-
heard from Kothar yet? Has he come by?
Oh, the lizard. I've not seen him, no.
Why did this happen to me?
Right. Well, from your yelling from the windowsill, eventually you hear a knock on your door.
What now? Kurt at the ready. Kurt, wake up!
Yes, sir.
Damn it, Kurt.
Not the place.
It is now.
There's a knock at the door. Be ready.
Kurt was already just sort of like looking at himself in the mirror that's in the room. One second, I'm gonna token for it.
Okay. Reggie inhales deeply and exhales. And then goes to open the door.
You open the door. And it's your good old pal, Ronark.
Oh,
So,
Ronak, thank
Reginald.
the gods.
What is with the yelling?
Our newest compatriot has got himself kicked out of the bar.
Where have you seen Kothar?
I have seen neither hide nor scale of him.
He said he would come back, and he is not here.
I mustn't have remembered that. Are you going after him?
You said you did not trust the temple and their priests. I now fear that they are up to no good. We should go.
What have you discovered?
Kothar has not returned. What do you mean, what have I discovered? They must be up to something.
I mean, he seemed mighty infatuated with them.
I
But
understand.
You are right. I gave my word to watch over these prisoners.
You will not come with me.
Question mark? That was a question. That wasn't a...
Yeah. You know what? Let's go out on a technicality here. He no longer sees what's his face, the dagger down here as a prisoner. He said to watch the prisoners, so he's good. Kurt,
Yes?
watch this one closely. He tried to pick his locks earlier.
Kurt walks over, gives him a kick. Not on my watch!
You don't need to kick him. Well, not yet. And Liam, I need you here as well. I need someone capable.
Liam nods. He understands what you're saying. Oh, of course, sir. I will, do just that. Gives you a
If
smile.
he gives you any grief, do your best to knock him out, but take no chances.
Of course, sir. I learned being cautious from you.
Mm.
He, sort of thinks about what he just said. It doesn't make much sense, so he, turns around. Starts filling with a book.
1 second. And you, Derek.
Ugh.
You may be guilty of other things, but I know you're innocent of this. I need you to cooperate. If Donovan attempts to escape, I need you to assist in his capture.
Yeah, well, if you take these off, he starts shaking his, shackles. That'd be a lot easier.
For the time being, I can't, but I need you to trust me that I do know you're innocent.
He sort of nods at that. Well, that's a start. Kurt pipes in at that. They won't be going anywhere. Not while I'm on watch.
Kurt, if you are indeed in trouble, Derek will attempt to assist you. I don't want you to stab Derek.
I don't need no help from no prisoner.
He goes up real close to him and whispers, I saw what the mob did to you. Accept any help you need.
Kurt feels a sense of blackmail overcome him. It's like, right, never
Blackmail?
mind. Just don't tell Bannon. I told him something else. I told him that I had gotten in a fight with the big one over there. And he's not here, but you know what I'm talking about. He's referring to Lee.
Yeah. You know you shouldn't lie. But I will keep your secret. Good day, gentlemen. I hope you return by the evening. It is the morning, right?
I'd say it's a couple of hours into the morning on your end, while Kothar went through an entire day.
Sure.
Let us be off then, Reginald.
Indeed.
So yeah, you leave Kurt and Liam
Allegedly.
behind.
And Derek.
You head downstairs. Where's your token?
Have you changed the size yet?
Here.
Nope,
No.
nope.
I got it. Don't worry.
Would you mind adding that to my character sheet, by the way? Like
Yeah.
after. Danke.
So you make your way downstairs. Yeah. Bronark's heading straight for the door, getting ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Reggie's gonna go over here. What was your name again, strongman?
Nagel.
Nagel. Once again, the name is Reginald. Are you still with us?
I didn't know I ever was.
Well, I'd like to hire your services to guard my room. My room currently has 4 other occupants. Interested in making some more coin?
Well, as long as it doesn't interfere with what I'm here for originally, then I would not mind.
Depends on what you're here for originally.
I keep watch for my employer, but I could do that and do this at the same time, I imagine.
Excellent. How does 1 gold per day sound?
Sounds good.
Excellent. He'll hand you 1 gold. My room
nice.
is the one directly above this area. The largest one.
Excellent. I'll head up there now.
Thank you. And yes, be sure to tell Kurt I've hired you.
Yeah. You mean the coward guard? I'll tell him.
And he'll leave. He'll shout up to Kurt just in case. Kurt.
What?
I've hired some more help. He should be on the way up.
I told you, I got this! God, why does no one believe me?
He doesn't take the bait. Now we get to have a fun session of Nagel tormenting Kurt the whole time. Well, Leo, care to join us? We're off to rescue our companion.
Well, I'm not getting any more drinks from here, so let us proceed.
Excellent. You know, one of these days we're going to be an actual party.
Yeah, I'm glad you paid him to stay behind.
It doesn't make sense to bring him along.
I know. Jeez, I don't know what to do with this time thing either. All right, you guys make your way to.
We get really, really lost along
You
the way.
could say, yeah, you could say that it takes them a while, and I mean, I left it pretty open-ended after the 5 hours, so
Yeah.
Give us a hard time trying to get in.
they stopped for supplies.
How long
Come
have you
in
been
here.
recording?
Top for
You
some
know?
flies.
How long have we been recording?
Yeah.
Oh, let's take a look. About 2.5
2.5 hours or so.
Up to you.
Maybe a
Up
little
to you
longer?
if you want to keep going. Up to everybody, I guess.
We'll call it because I really want Doc back, you know, and
Yeah,
I need
sounds
to
good.
do some more work now. I know what I'm doing.
I mean, we could interrupt that 5 hours anytime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just for comedic sake, like really, really comedic sake. Fuck, that was
A
funny.
joke for you. I'm trying to learn how to read. You may call it though.
I know you are. That's the joke.
I hit,
What is book? How does this
go
taste?
ahead and stop.
So the session ends with
Heading off to go rescue your companion from peril. The perils of reading. and
the
learning.
perils of knowledge.
Alleged peril.